good, yeah. Talkingshift podcast. It's your boy GM. Sorry about the hiatus, man. I sincerely apologize, but we back at it, man, with a really, really dope episode for you guys today. I got my guy, Sekope Kaufusi. Hey, man.
What's up? What do you do, brother?
Man, former football player, Washington State University alumni, Woodside High School alumni, a straight beast over at Woodside. And now, man, we were talking a little bit earlier, and now he's a reggae artist. So,
Not until I have some content.
you got some content, man. I got to hear a little something earlier, and my guy got vocals, man. Let me tell you, he got some vocals. What is it, man? What is it about Islanders, bro? Why can Islanders, bro, just sing like a motherfucker?
Man, you know what? I think it's that's basically all we had on the island. You know what I mean? Nothing but music.
Yeah.
I mean, there was really nothing else. I mean, that's what we did to pass the time. I mean, how we passed down traditions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, church, everything else through that. But I think it's just the culture too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the Islander vibe. It's just a feel good vibe every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're Tongan.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir.
So I'm Filipino, Tongan, both Islander. There's a lot of similarities between, we're both from the Pacific Islands, but we share a common ancestry with music and with tattoos and a bunch of other things. But tell me a little bit about what it was like for you growing up, both Tongan and in the Bay Area.
So growing up, there was Tongans all around me. So I kind of had, people don't know this, but I was kind of shy around seeing Tongans.
What?
And that's actually kind of what made my decision in high school, because I was essentially supposed to go to Carmont, because here in EPA, we live in a little grid area where certain areas go to a specific high school.
Yeah.
And that's how they ran the bus system like that. So wherever the bus went, that's where you went to school.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was supposed to go to Carmont. I mean, no offense to Carmont, but, I'm a football player. And I had to go somewhere, that'll give me a little better opportunity.
Los, where'd you go?
Ooh.
Los went to Carmont, boy. I knew it. Oh, no shade, no shade.
I got love for the Scots, you know what I'm saying? We all on Alameda, bro. It's good.
But so how did you end up at Woodside then?
So I had told my mom, I said, I don't want to go to Carmont, and 2004, Julian Edelman and them, they had just won CCS.
I was at Woodside.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a sophomore.
Yes,
they was
sir.
going hard.
Oh, they was going super hard, bro.
Middle of the hyphy era. Boy.
Tell me when to go.
That wasn't even out yet.
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't even out yet.
Keek was out.
I'm talking about Dr. Dre. What the fuck?
Ooh,
Mac Dre, the real Dr. Dre.
You know what I'm saying?
Mac Dre actually died that year, 2004. Right?
Yeah. He sure did in KC. Oh, man.
Shady.
That's crazy.
Bay Area motherfuckers got no love out in KC, huh?
Nah, we got love out there.
They
got love for us out there. You know what I'm saying? There's love everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the Bay Area. You know what I mean? We do things different out here.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I like to say we cultured out here.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Shoot, we got a little bit of
it's
everything.
a melting pot out here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And people, I don't know. It's when they think of California, they think of L.A. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They don't think of the Bay Area. When they think of the Bay Area, they think, I don't know, like they think Thizzle. You know what I mean? That's all they think. But we hip out here. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. We
trendsetters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We sit, we be quiet, and we talk when we supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of us. Some motherfuckers be loud as shit out here.
Oh yeah, because we ratchet out here supposedly.
Yeah. But nah, so what made you shy being around Tongans?
Oh yeah, My bad. We keep
No. It's we did a little something. We was kicking it before. It's good.
Yeah. So I was like I said, I was shy around polys.
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe just a certain level of respect.
I thought you grew up around all polys.
I did. I grew up around a lot.
Okay.
But I was quiet. I was a quiet one.
Okay.
So when it came to decision, I knew basically, I don't want to say all EPA, but I knew a whole bunch of Tongans that went to MA.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to go. I wanted to do something a little different.
Oh, okay.
I want to do something different. I don't know. And then when I went to Woodside, I didn't know anybody there.
Is MA traditionally like a more Tongan school?
Well, it's right down the street here in EPA.
Yeah.
So the commute is a lot easier.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I know a lot of them. They had to take city bus though.
Okay.
I don't know if that was later on or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was shy around Tonga, so I wanted to go to Woodside because I didn't know anybody there.
Okay.
So I said, what better spot? But when I went there, all the Redwood City Tongans.
I was about to say,
couldn't escape.
I was like, if you were trying to get
That's
away
what
from
I'm saying.
Tongans,
I wasn't even
why go to
thinking.
Woodside?
Yeah, but that was my thought process. But then when I got there,
Yeah. It seems like Redwood City and East Palo Alto, in terms of like the Polynesians that are out here, it's mostly Tongan.
Yep.
And most of the time when people think Polynesian, they think, well, either like Hawaiian or Samoan.
Yep, exactly.
So what made this like a hub for Tongans?
Shoot, I couldn't even tell you, bro.
Nah.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, I know a lot of us are here. A lot of us went to LA.
Mm-hmm.
I think where it started, I know a lot of people when I went to college, and I met different Tongans from everywhere else. They said the military.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So I know there's a big community in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
What the hell?
And then I seen a couple Tongans that played for VTech.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Virginia Tech. Motu Apuaka, I think that was the name or something like that. But
Yeah.
we keep an ear out. You know what I mean? It's not hard to miss a name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, were you playing football in like Pop Warner?
Yep. Well, I played in the PAL League.
Okay.
Police Athletic League.
Was that was flag football? Yeah.
There was flag, but what I played was full contact.
They had an actual football.
We had full
okay.
contact. So we played right here in East Palo Alto.
Okay. Okay.
Right here at 49ers Academy. It's called Nabatiera Warriors.
Okay.
Man.
Who did they like? What type of league was that?
We played. It was an athletic league, or police athletic league.
Okay.
So it was separate from Pop Warner. I think they have a separate one out. They have a lot of athletic leagues for the police academy.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it was funded from.
Okay. Okay.
But I know that I think they went bankrupt or something. But I don't see East Palo Alto here anymore.
Okay.
I know they're the Mastodons now or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, all the Nabatiera Warrior kids that I played with, they all went to MA. And I didn't go.
Yeah.
So growing up, when I was playing in high school,
were they mad? Were they kind of mad at you for going over?
We weren't mad, but there was always
that rivalry.
Oh yeah. There was a hit on my head, for sure. I'm already knowing because every time I see something for MA, they shake their head, bro.
Oh, no. So what was it like being kind of from East Palo Alto and being Tongan and then going to Woodside? Did you know any of the polys there, or was that kind of new?
I didn't know any of the polys there. We had mutual friends, you know what I mean? I knew some of their peoples, but I didn't know any of them. They all went to, middle school in Redwood City.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So they all have their relationships and stuff. But all I knew was sports.
Yeah.
So I went and played. They had no idea who I was or anything like that.
Coming out the cuts.
Yeah, I remember.
And you weren't from Pop Warner?
Nope, not from Pop Warner.
Because they were all from Pop Warner.
Yeah, so the
all the Redwood City kids, Pop
all
Warner.
of them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to Redwood City, but the sign-up was too late.
Okay.
So I came and signed up over here in East Palo Alto when I was about 9, and I've just been here ever since before I went to high school.
Okay. Were high schools scouting you from like your leagues or
Nope.
no?
Bro, I had no idea of recruiting, high school.
None of that.
Like even college, bro. All I knew about college was the NCAA game, bro, on Xbox. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's all I knew about college, and then from then, like, I knew I wanted to play football. You know, I
Yeah.
keep playing football, and the next level was college. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Whether it be community college, and I even know about community college. Bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. How was high school for you though? Like how was playing at Woodside?
It was fun. You know, I had a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
You know, shout out Coach Nick. I was a headache to deal with.
I didn't even play football. But he just hated me for being a student. Boy. I was one of those.
Everybody could say that.
Yeah. I was a pretty cool kid. Like I don't know. I got along with everybody, but like sometimes like I would go out my way to try to test these teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But hey, man, shout out to all the ones that didn't give up on your
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? All of them, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I had to do some sweet talking to get to get my place in Washington State.
So you were playing at Woodside right after the Edelman era.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like coming playing for Woodside? Just post Edelman, post like we
coming
got a
in,
dude in the fucking Patriots now.
When I came in, obviously they don't bring anybody up to varsity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I came in, and we did the workouts, and they separated everybody. Varsity, they already know who was on vars, so they all went to their locker room.
Yeah.
So JV, all the freshmen and sophomores are out there. So they split them up to JV, and freshmen. Yep, Frosh. And then freshmen, like a strict freshman team. And then I went straight to the JV squad.
Yeah.
And the coaches looked at me crazy. They was like,
Who's
this kid?
That's the wrong one, bro.
Yeah. Come over here, bro. And then I went, you know, obviously with the freshmen, and they all didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And then until I started banging, bro. You know what I mean? We did our first thing. We got our pads, and then we did our little, you know, hitting drills.
Yeah.
You know, get the pads popping. You know, that's what I like. Bro. You know what I mean?
Were you already as a freshman? Were you already big?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I was about 6 foot. I was still light in the ass though. I was probably like 150. You know what I mean? But that's still pretty big. You know what I mean? For somebody in high school.
Hell yeah.
Because freshman, man, I remember there was kids I was like maybe like 5 foot, 5'2".
Hey man, when I graduated high school, I was I think 5'7" still. Shout out to that growth spurt though. Hey man,
postpartum spurt.
Hey man, hey, I'm Filipino, so like as far as Filipinos go, I'm pretty big.
Oh
you feel me?
For sure.
So I'm like, hey, we got it.
Yeah,
but nah. But okay, so you was. So what's your come up though? As far as you played you played on the freshman team, yeah?
So I played my first game on the freshman team. And I think our quarterback had went down or something.
Oh, damn.
And so I said, I'll play quarterback. They're like, oh, my God, throw this guy in. Our first play, I remember somebody ran a slant. I cannot remember who ran the slant, but it's just like a quick 3-yard run and then a slant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inside.
This is the first time I talked about really football on a podcast.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the football
player.
heads.
Yeah. There we go.
So, you know, height, quick 3 drop step. He hit his route. I hit him on a dime, bro, and he took it for like 50 yards, touchdown.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
Coach is like, yeah,
what's going on? Yep. So they tried the next series, tried the same play again. Did it. I pump faked because I seen the dude bite on it, and I tucked it and I ran. I ran for like 35. They're like, who the hell is this kid?
Oh, man.
And it was crazy.
And you played on defense.
Yeah, I played both ways.
Yeah, okay.
Ironman football. I didn't come off the field. I prided myself on that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I never went to workouts, bro. That's why Coach Nick, you know, he never said anything because he couldn't catch me.
Oh, shit.
You know, anybody that know Coach Nick, if you know, you know. He got to drive the golf cart around to catch a nigga.
Hey.
If you know.
Yeah, we ain't going to get into that. Yeah. You know, he was cool, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dealing with a bunch of knucklehead kids.
You know what's crazy? He actually coached my dad.
What?
Yes. And
at where?
At Woodside.
Your pops went to Woodside.
My pops went to Woodside, and I didn't, I didn't know my dad.
Okay.
My dad and my mom had split up when I was maybe, I couldn't even tell you, bro. I don't even know the whole story, but I didn't even notice, man. You know what I mean? All I knew was stories. And so growing up, you know what I mean, I knew he had moved to New Zealand.
Aotearoa.
And then he had his own family out there.
Wow.
So I got like 5 brothers and a sister.
Out in New Zealand.
Yep, out in New Zealand.
Have you ever met them?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I just went actually last year. Actually for my mom's side, we had a wedding. But me and my sister was like, man, let's hit this dude up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we hit him up, and then they came to the Airbnb. Not all of them were there. Some of them stay in. My other brother stays in Australia.
Okay.
So he couldn't make it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Pops came through with my other brothers and his wife and my little nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And then I had my kids.
Oh yeah. By the way, you're a father.
Yes.
How many kids you got?
I have 2.
Okay.
2. A 10-year-old boy named Ziggy.
Yeah, he adorable.
Yeah,
man.
and a 4-year-old girl named Irie Jane.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A
man.
little troublemaker, but my goodness, she's a little February 14 baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
What was it like taking the whole fam and meeting like your actual pops? Like
It was so.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know what, because prior to that meeting, 10 years before, I think it was about 2008, I had a family reunion on my dad's side in Tonga.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my aunties out here, they still lived out here on my dad's side. They did a great job of still keeping us within the family. You know what I mean? Staying in touch, taking us to the house. Having a sleepover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just. You don't remember, you don't forget where you came from. Just like we was talking about a little bit earlier. But it's we went out prior to that meeting in 2008 when we went to Tonga. I guess him and my mom still had like beef. You know what I mean? And I still don't know the whole thing, but it is what it is. He had came. My mom brought me and my sisters to the house, and my dad was already at his father's house, getting ready for the family reunion, and she was just dropping us off. So she came in to say hi to all the family, you know what I mean? Because all my aunties still love my mama,
Yeah.
So they're saying hi, and then I guess my dad isn't there yet, So we're all just getting acclimated to the house and stuff like that. We're there for about an hour, and then my pops come back, and so my auntie's like, "Oh, go in the living room," and they know that I haven't seen this food for. So I can't even remember. Yeah,
so you were little.
I think I was about 4 or 5.
Okay.
When the last time I seen her or
So
whatever.
barely able to remember.
I couldn't even tell you a vivid memory. You know what I mean? Like back in the day. But when we went to the living room, and my mom, saw my dad, and my dad's like, I don't know. The first thing he's like, "What are you doing here?" You know what I mean? And my mom's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And she points at us, you know what I mean? And like for a second, they they go back to whatever they were, and we weren't even there, you know what I mean? And his wife wasn't, because his wife was standing right next to him,
Okay.
and holding the babies, and those two were just sitting arguing.
Wow.
And then me and my sister's like, wow,
like, oh shit,
like what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And then he's like, some, get out of here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But I'm sure he was talking to my mom. Like now when I think about it.
Yeah.
But like hearing it, I was like, damn. I never felt not wanted ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that, I don't know. Well, now talking about it, that was, I guess, a very impactful moment in my life. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I was about 8th grade, right before I went to high school.
Yeah. And I gotta say, you are very interactive in your kid's life. I mean, I see you always with them, you know what I mean? So definitely. I'm sure like all of those things have kind of guided you to become the father and the man that you are today, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I appreciate that, bro.
It's always good to see somebody be able to take something bad, like not bad, this happens like in every culture, every type of family, but be able to take that and move forward and still be a good man. How a lot of these dudes, if they look at not having a father in their life is an excuse to not be in their kid's life. And it's like, nah, that's not how that shit work, bro. Yeah. Like, exactly what the fuck that shit's like. Like, that's why you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's hard, especially like you know, not that you don't know no better, but you know, I could see it being hard, you know, if you haven't had somebody show you firsthand what that's like. But
And now, like, being a father myself, I can see, like, where that comes into play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as the having someone to give you, you know, to guide you and to not necessarily, you know, tell you what to do, but, you know, present you the options.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me trying to figure out on my own, because I was whipping it at like 10 years old, you know what I mean? And like moms was cool
That's
with it.
real Bay Area living.
It is though.
That's real.
You know, we had an extra bucket at the house, you know what I mean, that just stayed there, posted at the house, and when nobody was there, I just shoot over to wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Run to Rubber City, come right back, you know what I mean, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what have you. But, and I guess it ties back into the culture thing, you know what I mean? Even not necessarily, you know, not having a father, you know what I mean, but being rooted in the culture, you know, helped me too, you know that there, especially if you have that type of responsibility, you know, kids, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It definitely, it's gonna put you on the spot and see what you made of,
Yeah.
you know?
So, you know, when you were in high school, right, and when you were playing football, you know, even on into college, did you have somebody that you looked up to, like, as a father figure? Or were you kind of just out there, kind of just learning as you went?
Learning as I went, bruh.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, shout out to my mom because she worked 2 jobs and went to school. And, you know, everybody got those stories here in the Bay.
Yeah.
It's
Held
almost
you
like
down.
you have to, you know what I mean? And look at us here, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Reaping the benefits, yet, like, what are we really doing? You know what I mean?
You really learn how to grind out here in the Bay.
Exactly.
That's
bro.
why everybody got that hustler's mindset.
And, like, moving to Kansas City and, like, moving back, like, I definitely, and even Washington, you know what I mean? It's definitely slower living out there.
100%.
Not as fast paced, you know what I mean?
I got a lot of family out there in Washington, so.
I mean, Silicon Valley definitely, you know, makes it harder
Yeah.
to live out here. But out there, it's like, I don't know, it's easier. It's like the country mindset, you know what I mean?
It's a lot slower.
Yeah, you don't think too much, you know, do what you need to do and enjoy your time, you know, while we're here.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, touching on Washington, you know, you played at Woodside, and then you ended up, did you get a scholarship to Washington State?
So,
how did that work?
My first 3 years of high school, I gave 2 shits about school. I probably had a cumulative of like barely a 2.0, maybe like a 1.9.
Mm-hmm.
And I only did it to play ball because, you know, you have to have a 2.0.
Yeah.
You have to. So my senior year, Coach Nick calls my mom. He's like, your son can't play.
Ooh.
And she's like, what? And she's like crying to me. She's like, why is your coach telling me you can't play?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. We go to this office, and he's like, yeah, I just called district. He can't play. His grade, he doesn't have a 2.0. She's bawling. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, that shit hit me.
What was going to college for football kind of like not a part of the plan?
Nothing was part of the plan. I just wanted to play ball.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then all I heard was CSM. You know, you can go to CSM, play for 2 years, and then go somewhere else you want. You know what I mean? So that happens, and then I actually link up with one of my cousins that runs a nonprofit, and that happened all like from the 08-09 year.
Okay, that's the year right after I graduated.
Yep, it's called Limo Foundation.
Oh, Jim Moore's? Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of that though.
Yeah.
Is Lopetti a part of
Yep.
that? Okay.
It's
That's what I
Lopetti's
heard
brother.
Okay.
So he was starting that nonprofit. The whole thing about the nonprofit was to help underprivileged Polynesian athletes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With sports, academics, and life. You know what I mean? Life skills. And that started in 08-09 up in Belmont in their apartment, up in right off Ralston, bruh. Village Drive. Oh man, I'll never forget. We started the whole 501(c), went through the whole process, and he built that whole little nonprofit from nothing. And I was the first kid to go through it, and he wanted to make me an example. You know what I mean? So he asked my mom for me to move in with him so I can do my school and try to get my shit together.
Oh, you had to full on live somewhere.
Yeah, bro. So my whole senior year, I didn't live at home. I lived with Lopetti's older brother.
What's his name? David?
T. Yep. David.
That's he went to City College right back in the day, yeah?
Yep.
He was coaching I remember he was coaching when I was playing Pop Water.
Back
when I sucked. Back when I was going. Hey, you know who my first year was with? It was me. It was Lopetti. And guess who else?
Moses.
Oh,
man.
OG. Back in the day.
Oh, Moses. Man, my guy.
Hey, man. Them two would be battling it out for who was playing running back.
Yep.
Them two, boy. I remember it all the time, man. They would always be battling it. They were both raw as fuck.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, man.
And then Moses, he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, man. You know, that's my boy, bro. You know, the saddest thing about Moses, other than the fact that just how good of a dude he is, like, you know, don't get me wrong, he did his fair share of fucked up shit.
Of course.
Right? But, like, we all did. Like, I gotta say, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week before he passed, like, we was in Raul's room right there over by at my crib. Because, you know, I lived 2 houses down from him growing up.
Wow.
But, so it was us three kicking it in the room. And Moses came through. He had some chicken. And he was like, bro, come on, have some chicken. I was like, nah, I'm good. But he was just chopping it up. Like, man, he was wearing, like, slacks, nice tee with, you know, suited and booted. And he was just, like, talking about his nephew. And just, he got a new job. And he was just talking about how he feels like he finally just felt like he was on track in life. You know, and, you know, that shit just broke my heart, bro. You know, but, you know, he was a great dude. But, you know, hey, everybody out there, if you ride a motorcycle, wear a helmet.
Wear a fucking helmet.
Yes, please. And please. And bro, I moved to Vegas for like 6 years, and motherfuckers just be driving around and just like, it's cool to be just drive like swerved, bro. Like just be driving drunk as shit. And I'm like, bro, that ain't the move, bro.
It's not. Not until it hits you. That's unfortunately that's when it really, really hits somebody.
Hey man, I got a partner from
when
Vegas,
it literally does.
and I don't even know how long he's doing, man. And that's what it was, bro. Like he had no record, no nothing. He wasn't even drunk. He was kind of like, you know, coming down from buzzing. But he hit a car and dude, 3 generations of people passed away.
Oh, wow.
Dude, a grandmother, a mother, and then the daughter, bro. Like, in one fell swoop, man. Just hey, man. Hey, and you know, like.
Please, Uber or Lyft home, bro.
Yeah.
If not, call somebody. They'll come get you, bro.
You know,
I promise.
Everything in life, you know, like, everything could change like that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm really careful in how I move. You know what I mean? Sometimes too much.
We wait a little too long.
Yeah. But no, you know, like just cautionary tales, you know what I mean? But great dudes.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably could have benefited by a program kind of like that.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's,
you know? If we could get things like this to help people in the community, you know, at a younger age. And, you know, I think now we're in a time where we can do things like that.
Especially
with technology
and the social media
like with
rate.
Podcast, with, you know, Instagram, social media, you know, everything. Like, you could really touch people now, you know, so. So how did that program go? You stayed at this place.
Yeah, I stayed at my cousin's place for about a year. And shit, I lived there. You know what I mean? All I did was in the books, bro. Like it was literally.
He took you to school.
He took me to school. That's it. And I didn't do nothing. I didn't go out. I didn't meet up with anybody. I had no time to like kick it, drink, smoke, nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Were you
Not
doing
saying
that
that was a
Upward Bound
thing.
program at that time?
Oh yeah,
Is that the same time?
That's how I met Moses.
Yep.
Yep, I met him through the program, through Upward Bound. We did that at Stanford. Boy Vic too.
Back when I was busting them two out.
Bro, I used to come in the thing and just.
I used to come in that 300.
This fools just sneak out right after curfew, bro.
Oh, man.
Curfew was like right around 9:30, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then, yep. I already
was
knew.
like
I already knew
16.
what the deal was.
We was like 16. As long as I had them back by like 4:30, bruh, it was good.
Yep, because they'll wake us up at like 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have had them just there,
Yeah.
just in time.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd cut it close too, boy. Sometimes we'd cut it close. Those were the days.
They could have played it off though. They love Moses, bro. You already know. He'd talk his way out of anything.
So how did you get into? So did that program help propel you into getting into Washington State?
Nope. I went there to kick it. I mean,
no, not Upward Bound.
Limo.
Limo.
Yes,
Limo.
it sure did.
Okay.
So yeah, we
He
went
said
there.
nope.
I would have been kicking it with y'all if I knew. I didn't know it was you picking them up.
Oh shit.
Nah, but the Limo Foundation, I moved in, bro. Literally, like I was going to college at that point. You know what I mean? It was strict. We worked out in the morning. He'll drop me off to school, come back, do my homework, fucking do it all over
Really
again.
kept
You know
you
what I mean?
on track.
He kept me on track, bro.
Yeah.
I ended up with a 3.0 in my senior year
Mm-hmm.
and just barely got into Washington State, bro.
Okay.
So I guess my name was buzzing my junior year in football.
Okay.
So a lot of the coaches, they saw my tape. A lot of the recruiting coaches, so SC came, like, big schools started talking to me. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to handle it because everybody, you know, they get letters and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was talking to, like, the positional coach, and they're coming up to me like, hey, what are your grades looking like?
Yeah.
You think we can maybe get you? And I was like,
Were there kids on your team at Woodside to your caliber?
There was a couple kids.
Yeah. Anybody good?
Jason Simpson, he had got his scholarship up to San Jose State. My boy Jay. Corey McDonald, he had went to a school. I think it was Tennessee Tech, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Little AA school. So we had some ballers on the team.
Did you go? Were you probably the most high profile that year?
Yeah.
Washington State.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Just out of, did we have any other kids go? No.
How was
I can't even think.
How was Washington though? How was getting in there?
It was the most funnest thing I've ever done in my life, bro. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like a college experience, I wish it on everybody. I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like a cheat code, bro. Like you're an adult, but you're not. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like
man. Yeah.
you can go to school, but you don't have to.
I went to community college, and I feel like I missed
Bruh.
out on so much. But life happens.
Life happens.
Hey, you know what
you know
though?
what
I got
mean?
to go move over to Vegas at 21, and hey,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
I don't know. I was there for 6 years. I did some shit in that 6 years. I don't know, man. I wouldn't trade that for the world either.
Yeah.
But no. Everybody has their path, man. I wasn't making it to no schools for football. So how was
So moving up there, I had, even before I went to Washington State, bro, I met my ex-wifey in high school. So her sister, she was playing volleyball with my cousin's wife at the time at the academy. And she was helping out with the nonprofit. And so I forgot I think it was a home game at Woodside my senior year. Mm-hmm. She had just came down. I think it was my birthday, actually. She came down my birthday.
Had to be a volleyball player.
Yeah, she was a volleyball player. Yeah, both of them were volleyball players. I think all the girls play volleyball. But she had came down for the game, and then right after the game, I had a little birthday thing at the house, just cake, whatever, and we was kicking it at the house,
Booed
mom's was cool, but we was drinking, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I was drinking at just young. I was
Hey, man,
drinking
come
young.
on.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
was the Bay. It was the Bay.
But it was cool, you know what I mean? Because I was an adult at that time, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was taking care of some stuff, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But she had came in, like, you know, their family, they're a Mormon family, so, like, they don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't drink at the house, you know? You don't party like that at the house, you know what I mean? You respect the house, you know what I mean? But, you know, we living in the Bay.
Yeah.
And she loved it because she was from Sacramento. So she'll come out here and kick it, and, like, we'll kick it. And then, you know, we was booed up at the house because they'll leave us at the house alone, you know what I mean? And they'll go do adult stuff.
And then you do
we'll do
adult
stuff.
stuff.
You know what I mean? But my senior year, at the end of my senior year, I had Ziggy.
Oh, so going into Washington State?
Before going to Washington State, I had my son.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Did they move up with you up to Washington?
For not the first year.
Okay.
Yep, they came up after.
Okay.
Yep. So I was out there for a little bit my first year, and it was fun.
Did you start off your first year?
No, I was redshirting.
Okay.
Yeah. So went in, it was Pac-10, and the next year, we had expanded the league and then turned into Pac-12. So Buffalo and Utah came in.
Okay.
But yeah, so right before I went in, I had Ziggy. You know what I mean? And like me, I didn't have a father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to
be one.
Yeah. Or even like think, you know what I mean? All I had was my grandpa, you know what I mean? My pop. And he, you know, he'd work, he'll take care of the house, he'll do his bills, but he was an OG, you know what I mean? He was a generation before me. I'm his grandchild, you know what I mean? So you know, to him I'm his grandchild, you know?
Yeah.
But he'll discipline me here and there
when you really need it.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't as hard as I needed it to be. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I lacked. You know what I mean? Not having a father, you know, obviously, but
in that discipline department?
Yeah, that discipline. Okay. You know what I mean? Because even today, like, I don't say it's bad, but, you know, I find myself procrastinating here and there sometime, you know what I mean? Like we all do, you know, but I think if I did have someone, you know what I mean, it would have no excuses, but I think it definitely would have prepared me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially like for school, I wouldn't have fucked off school, bro. You know what I mean? If I had pops in the house, I probably would have, you know, did something.
So
for real.
So what happened? What do you mean? Like, I mean, I know. You know what I mean? But in terms of like, when did all that happen? What year? Was that year?
So my junior year. Oh wait, you talking about school when I left?
Yeah.
So my junior year. Yeah, my redshirt sophomore year, going into my junior year of school. I had, I was blowing tough at the time. I never blew or smoked.
Yeah.
We're talking about smoking. I ain't talking about just to make that for sure.
Damn, being from the Bay, you wasn't. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna front. I didn't grow up. I wasn't smoking in high school. Everybody I was around was all the damn time.
I was a heavy drinker in high school.
I wasn't doing nothing.
Bro, I was a heavy drinker.
That's a lie. I was sipping lean. I was sipping lean heavy, bud.
Yeah, that's a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a total. Yeah, that's a different story. But you know, that's.
But I wasn't even. I started smoking when I started listening to Wiz in college, bro.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
For
that'll
real,
do it.
Honestly, and like,
that'll do it.
But I was always Rasta at heart, though. That's what's crazy.
Me too.
I always loved Bob Marley. I always loved reggae. Like growing up, you know what I mean?
Real Rasta, like Haile Selassie. Like I was,
Ras. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm with you there. Yeah. I'm with you there. I'm not religious. To be honest, I'm not. I don't know what the fuck happens. I'd like to believe that there's something. You know what I mean? I don't know what, but the thing that keeps me close to it, like I would have to say, is reggae. And you know, Rastafari, and just the idea of one love, bro, like for real. Because
we are one people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different languages, you know. I think that's, and I believe that's their saying in Jamaica, is out of many, one people.
Hey, man,
you know
sounds good to me. But no, you know, sincerely, like, It would be so interesting to go to Jamaica. And
I know. I've never been. I want to go.
Yeah, I mean, you could even see what you named your kid Ziggy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you know what I
So
mean? Like
the influence is
that's
heavy.
his name, Ziggy.
Yeah. So, no, my bad. Back at Washington.
Oh, yep.
So what happened?
So one night it was me and my cousin Tone. We were smoking in the apartment, and the smoke was rising, I guess, and it seeped up to the neighbors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just me and him, bro. And I just went freshly copped a zip, bro, and he don't smoke.
Yeah.
And I was big blowing.
Okay.
So we're sitting on the couch. I was like, "Here, happy birthday. We're gonna blow this whole shit today, right now, tonight." Bro, we were rolling them up, bro. We didn't even probably get through half of it, bro. You know what I mean? I just rolled like 3 fat chops, bro. You know what I mean? Probably quarter in each one, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's a quarter left if I'm doing the math correctly. But I guess the boys had came to the door, bro. They was knocking on the door.
Were you guys already smoking?
We was knocked out. We didn't know. We didn't know. You know what I mean?
We can laugh at it now.
Yeah, we can laugh now, yeah. But so the next day, bro, we're sitting there chilling, and I'm just smoking my last whatever.
What year is
left.
this?
This is 2011.
So right before it went legal.
Yep. Right before, bro. Hold on, I'll get there, bro.
Okay, let's finish this out. This is fucked up.
So, the very next day, I'm smoking like whatever last of whatever, and all we hear is do 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 do. I'm like, oh shit, bro, that sound like the boys. And they say, open up. And my cousin was like, oh, fuck. In the back of my head, I was like, man, he's probably so mad at me right now because he didn't even want to smoke last night. Bruh, I checked the bathroom, just to make sure I ain't got shit in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see a scale and I throw it outside the window. You know what I mean? And I see my bong there, so I try to I don't know what the fuck I was
Hash
doing.
it out?
Yeah, something. But you know what I mean? I was just tripping. I'm like walking around and all you hear is do 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 do. I'm like, fuck, do I clean up? I'm moving the pillow around and my cousin's just sitting there on the couch like, fuck, what do I do? What am I gonna tell my mom, bro? And I'm in my head, I'm like, fuck, I think this is it, bro. Because at that time, they was looking for anything on any athletes.
Oh shit.
For real,
okay.
The media. Small town media, they look for stories for athletes, especially going to Washington State. It's a college town.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing out there.
Okay.
And we're the hot news, you know what I mean? We're the hot ticket on the block, bro,
no.
And so when they catch wind, they gonna ride with that, you know what I mean? Here, do. Open up. I'm like, oh fuck. Tom's like, what are you gonna do? I said, I guess I'm gonna open it. I don't want him to kick down the shit. I'm going to have to pay for it.
Wait, this is at his apartment?
This is my apartment.
Okay, this is your apartment. Is this on campus?
No, this is off campus.
Okay.
Yeah. So I open the door. They bust in, bro.
Right when you open it?
Right when I open it,
they kicked it open?
Right when I turned the doorknob, bro, they busted, kicked it open, and I fell back. They're like, freeze. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? And my cousin was like, oh fuck, just scratching his head, you know what I mean? And they go through the house, they rip everything apart, they rip up the couches, and then they're like, smells like marijuana in here, in the room. They go in the room, they bust out, grab the knife, they rip over the mattress. They're looking for shit, bro.
It's bruh.
And I guess they just busted a frat down the street or something like that for peas, bro.
Okay.
A little grow op that they had in there. So I guess they're looking for the same shit, bruh. All they find is a bong and hella the ashtray full of ash, bro, because what we smoked the last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so yeah, this is exactly as I remember it.
Bro.
There was nothing. There was no even
nothing,
weed.
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And they took me in. You know what I mean? They said, who's this stuff? Talking about the bong. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was like, what? What was there? And I was like, it's mine. You know what I mean? And then they try to say I had 2 packs on me, bro. They said it. They try to say I had 2 pounds on me, bro.
Where is it at?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then they wrote it in the paper. They said I had some stuff on me. And I said, "Where's the warrant?" They said they just showed me a paper, you know what I mean? And me, like, not knowing, I didn't, couldn't
You
grab
didn't
it
even
or
read it
yeah, I
or
didn't
nothing?
read it,
Okay.
nothing. And I don't even remember them reading my rights or anything. They probably did after they arrested me, obviously.
You might have been late.
I was, But then again, that shit has sobered me out, bro. Like,
Nah,
fuck.
for sure.
And in the cell, like, I'm just thinking, like, damn, I think I'm done, bro.
Were you thinking like the worst, like you about to
The
get
worst,
sent
bro.
up upstate?
I'm gonna get hit. Not that severe.
Okay.
But, like, I'm talking about as far as school, like,
Okay.
it's done. They're going to kick me off the team. They're going to do this, And I said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I gave up. So I went back. They still let me finish that year out.
At
what I
school?
mean? On scholarship. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I couldn't do any of the football activities. You know what I mean? So like, at that point, I was like, fuck it. I don't even want to go to school no more. Like, football's over at that point for me. You know what I mean? And I've been playing ball since I was 9. That's the only thing I ever knew. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I ever wanted in my life, bro, to make it to the league.
Yeah.
Make it to the NFL. That was my only dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, like, at that moment, it, like, clicked. And I was like, fuck. It's over. I can't dream like that no more. You know what I mean? So I had to figure something out. And I'd being a daddy. You know what I mean? Fatherhood.
Yeah.
And essentially that's really what I always wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I really thought about it, like football, music, whatever, but it really filled that void that I was missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not having one, so like I wanted to be one. I had my mama. You know what I mean? Mama's boy at heart. You know what I mean? But we need discipline. You know what I mean? As a man.
Do you think walking away? Kind of like walking away from football and focusing your life and your energy on your kids. Do you think that kind of gave you a sense of purpose that maybe you didn't even have even in football?
Yeah, it sure did. It made me so not having football, like, I don't know, it was crazy. It was like losing somebody, bro. You know what I mean? It really made me depressed. I couldn't watch ball for like 3 years. I didn't watch no NFL, no NCAA. Like, I didn't have my son play ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not until recently, when we was in Kansas City, he played, flag or whatever. But like, I really felt like it put a hole in my heart, bruh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, it was a wake up call. You know what I mean? It made me realize like what's really important right now. Because I knew football had a time limit on it. You know what I mean? Football is never forever. As far as playing it, excuse me. You know what I mean? Because you can always coach it. You know what I mean? Be a part of the game forever. But the playing clock, everybody got a time limit,
and for most people, it's a very short clock, anyways.
For me, bro, I feel like I stopped it prematurely. You know what I mean? I definitely, in all honesty, bro, I could tell you, I should be in the league. You know what I mean? With everything that was going on and like the caliber of play that I had, and the passion that I played with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That alone, would have took me. But like, I don't know.
How old are you right now?
I'm 28.
28?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I essentially gave up on it like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. Were you thinking like maybe that there's other alternatives?
Because I could have won arena, played a little bit while it was still going.
Shit, they just brought the XFL back. You see that? I know,
bruh.
They actually getting paid a little bit for that. You see that?
Yeah.
I had a cousin
Canada too.
I had a cousin out of college. He didn't get into the NFL, and he played that for a year, the year before they went under, and then after that he went into the military, and then he went and fought over. This is like right after 9/11.
Sheesh.
But so after football and everything, right? That brings us kind of to now. And I heard that music that you was playing, man. I got to hear that little sneak peek. Do you feel kind of like maybe you have a similar passion for music that you had with football, and maybe you got a drive that you could kind of refocus your energy into something like, because to be honest, check this out, like with football, like we're talking about on that clock, you know, maybe it is short. Maybe it left you kind of short so that you can have a longer music career. Because maybe if you were to stay in that, you know, you never know what could have happened. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I mean, you see these people afterwards. Most of these people, they have health problems and they die young. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know.
You know, that's
shout out to my boy Fayal, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he just passed not too long ago.
Health complications, right?
Yeah, health complications. It's crazy, like, what death does, dude. Like, it really does reset your purpose, too, in life. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Like, bruh, we're all human. You know what I mean?
Our time is very limited. And you know, every day, you don't waste it. You can't.
We take it for granted every day, bro.
And here's the thing, you know, it's kind of going back onto the religion thing. Like, I don't know what happens after this. If we go somewhere else, cool. Like, I'm gonna keep it pushing. But if we don't, right before I go and close my eyes that last time, I want to make sure that I know in my heart, that while my time was here, I didn't fuck off on it at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I pushed and I did everything I wanted to when I was here. You know.
That's what we have to do. That's the message we gotta send too, man. Like
100%.
We spend too much time on our phones, bro. Like, and not looking around us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And really finding what, like we were talking about that too. Like really finding your purpose, like your, because you have to stand for something. Yeah. What we was talking about, like, you know, being grounded, really knowing who you are. You know what I mean? You can't really love anybody until you love yourself. You know what I mean? Essentially. So, like, you have to know you. You know what I mean? You have to know the best you to give to everybody else.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because even if
and move with purpose.
Exactly.
Move with purpose, you know? So many people kind of just wander aimlessly, you know? Yeah. And the people that leave behind legacy, true legacy, they have purpose. Yeah. And they build on that purpose. You know?
Do it every day.
And they grind.
Every day.
Yeah. You know, I want to get more in depth with the music and everything. I know we're starting to run a little bit low on time, but I think I think this is a real good spot to kind of leave it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a great ending to this.
Just like Rocky, baby. We don't keep coming out.
For sure. For sure. You know, and definitely, I got to get you in here in the studio. Got to get you working with Charlie, bro. Like, definitely. We gonna work, bro. I think your story is it's an amazing thing to tell. I think people need to hear it. Have you talked about this at all before?
No, not really.
You know, this is a big thing. You know, this is this is a big ass. This is real shit.
It is. It's a real step. I mean, and man, I haven't even got into the to the touchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's there's definitely a lot more to the story that can really help out a lot of people, and I didn't know the true impact. You know what I mean? Of what you're doing, because what you're doing is really, really good, bro. Like, especially for the community, just this little small Bay Area that we have. You know what I mean? It touches everybody else. You know what I mean? And anybody can tap into this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so
check this out. I don't even have many views, you know, right now, to be honest, but I've had people tap in from crazy ass places.
That's what I'm saying.
Places I've never even heard of.
You know?
And they're like, damn, that's a crazy ass story. I had somebody hit me up and be like, man, I love this. It was like I was in the room with you, and I was like, I don't know, this it's crazy.
That's the power of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of today's time.
Well, and you know what? Like, I think that my listeners got a really good background and foundation to hear who you are. Yeah. So when next time you come through, man, we need to have a little bit of music.
Oh yeah, we gonna have the music, and
then we gonna tell them part 2, man. You know, tell them the rest of your story and kind of, you know, see how check up, see how you doing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So let the people know where can they find you, man. Where you out? Shout out to all the IG, the whatever you be on, man.
Oh yep, I'm usually just on IG, or you can just add me on Facebook, bro. Sekope Kafusi on Facebook. Or on IG at its_Kope KOPE_ foo FOO.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy GM, Talkingshift. As always, like, comment, subscribe, follow IG at Talking_Shift. Hey man, tell somebody about us, man. Tell one of your friends. Tell. I was gonna say tell your homegirl, but my girlfriend, she gonna be mad
Nah,
as
we
fuck.
don't want
It's just
that.
jokes. I'm just kidding. But nah. For real though, man. Tap in with us. You know, IG, YouTube. We out there.
Hell yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Definitely. GM, Sekope Kaufusi, my boy Charlie LG as always. Talkingshift, signing out, shining out. Holla, we getting lit. Peace.
Yee.